Hi, hello everyone. Hello. Hi. Happy Vesak Day to everyone who observes the birth and enlightenment of Buddha Gautama. So it's an absolute pleasure and an honor to have you here with me. So I will be guiding. I'll be hosting this meditation session. So I call it the Singaporean meditation because. Perhaps let's start with the imagery of stirring a cup of kopi o kosong. So you're trying to uh, incorporate all that milk in the bottom by stirring it. So you notice that when you keep stirring, there will be this swirling vortex, right? So I mean, everything is trying to how shall we put it? It's in a whirl, So that's what happens when your mind is not does not have the opportunity to calm itself down. So basically, well, the more you try to actually agitate your mind, by perhaps thinking, by not so much thinking, but perhaps the more you get at a problem, the more you try to think your way through. More often than not, it actually uh, you actually achieve nothing, in the sense that because you're so confused and so muddled up, and then you got so many things going on in your head, you 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 actually end up getting even more confused. So I feel meditation actually allow your mind to settle down, allow your thoughts to have the chance to settle. And when they settle, they're not floating up in the air everywhere. You can't make sense of anything. So when they're settled, that's when they're settled, you have a chance to look at all of them on a single plane, so to say. you know so you are able to see the connections. So I feel this is what meditation does for us. Yeah. So the Buddha, I mean, since it's Vesak Day, let's bring in the Buddha. He actually compared the mind, the mind that is agitated, to a glass of muddy water. So basically, so basically, muddy water is really very, very fine particles of sand and soil in suspension. So the more you try to stir it up, that's what happens when you're thinking, when you try to cram stuff in, you know, you're actually stirring up your mind, and it becomes muddier and muddier. Not so much muddier and muddier, or rather, you can't see through it. But give it time, allow everything to settle, allow all the sand and the soil particles to settle. And eventually you see through that water. It will become crystal clear. And that's what happens to the mind. So I hope I am able to actually bring you at least some clarity, albeit temporarily. So, yes. All right. So I will urge you to perhaps start with a body scan. So that's when you hold your entire body in soft focus. All right. So you can start from the soles of your feet. Allow your consciousness to travel up to the tops of your feet. We're not in actual meditation yet, but you're just scanning your entire body, listening to what it's trying to tell you. So let's say today your knees are bothering you. You can actually just put your feet flat on the ground, seated. Yeah. Or if you like, you can always adopt the lotus or the vajra position. So just your consciousness keep traveling up to your buttocks that is seated, right? Contact with your seat. And you kind of just straighten yourself up. right? Allow your consciousness to travel up your core. Muscles are just about here, so they hold you up. Whether you're standing or walking or running, doing anything. When you're seated at the table to be eating, you engage your core muscles so you don't just collapse, right? Okay, so just allow your consciousness to keep traveling up to your shoulders, perhaps. The shoulders are often where a lot of tension is being stored. So you can just kind of just roll your shoulders a couple of times. Yeah? Just ease out the tension. So allow your consciousness to travel up to your face. So you can just give your face a wiggle, just like this. Raise your brows a few times because the brows are often where tension is stored as well. Yeah? Okay? And so just keep your body in soft focus. And so now we go into meditation proper. So still holding your body in soft focus. Any body part that is nagging at you, you can just breathe into it. There's no need for you to obsess. Gently guide your awareness back to your breath. Put your awareness at the tips of your nose. Just notice the in-breath and the out-breath. You may notice the change in temperature. So just keep your focus on the tips of your nose. If you find that there are thoughts creeping in, it's all right. Just notice where they come from. Did they come from the back of your mind? From the sides? The front, perhaps? Just notice where these thoughts come from. They're here for a reason. They're probably important. That's why they want your attention. So just turn them over in your head for a few times. And now gently just tell yourself, thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll find that after telling yourself thinking a few times, your focus is no longer on the thought, but just on the word thinking. That's good. And so you nudge your thoughts, your awareness back to the tips of your nose, back to your breathing. Sometimes the distraction can be external. It can be the noise of traffic or the chirping of a bird. And you notice that each of this rises and falls. So the traffic approaches you, getting louder as it approaches you. But eventually, when it leaves you, it will get softer and softer until it's no more. And you notice that it matches your breath. The rising is equivalent to your inhale, and the falling is equivalent to your exhale. So always come back to your breath. Rising and falling. Inhale and exhale. And so we will come out of meditation in about 30 seconds. But remember, your breath always stays with you, rising and falling. Rising and falling. This rising falling mirrors everything in the world. So no matter what circumstances, just remember your breath. So as long as you remember this, the practice is always with you. Walking, running, eating, everything can be meditation in motion. And so now we rise from meditation. You can wriggle your toes, your fingers, just gently rock yourself from side to side. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And so we end the meditation with a nice big hug for ourselves, because you've done truly a wonderful, wonderful job. Job well done. All right then. So this is the first session in a new series of meditation designed especially for the Singaporean. So please fire away in the comments and tell us what you think. So, but remember what I said at the end of the session, that your breath is always with you. So always bring that in, regardless the situation, regardless the circumstances. And the practice will always be with you, and you will always be centered. Right, so session 2 will be on Thursday at same time, Singapore, 8:30 p.m. All right then. So I look forward to seeing you again. And it's truly a pleasure and an honor to have you here with me. Thank you so much. Happy Vesak Day.